Welcome, I'm Heather. Thanks for joining me for Bedtime Yoga, a practice you can do at the end of the day to help you unwind and deeply relax so that you can have a good night's sleep. We are going to, for tonight's class, we're going to be using a belt. So if you want to make sure you have something close by, you don't need a yoga belt. You can use a bathrobe tie, suggestion to use a scarf, just whatever you can find at home. And we're going to do some leg stretches. So let's lie down to start today. So we'll come down slowly onto the back and we'll just give our back a chance to release any tension. Be in a comfortable, supported position here, noticing what position is going to feel best. Lying down here. You might want to keep your knees bent with your feet on the floor. You might notice when you lie down here, harder surface, but you feel your back a little bit more. You feel a little bit of tension or tightness. That's actually just really good information to know what's going on. So, but you can make yourself as comfortable as you can at this point. We'll start by focusing on, again, how you feel throughout your entire body, shifting from the outer world to the inner world. Shifting from solely thinking to more feeling. Really connecting with your whole entire self. Softening wherever you might be tightening. Maybe it's in your jaw. Could be down into your belly. And allow the breath to flow more fully, more deeply. We'll start to do this anyways when you come into a more relaxed, comfortable place. But we're going to help the breath slow down. Deepen on the inhalation. Sink it a little further down. And on the exhalation, more fully release. You can breathe out through your mouth a few times to really let go. It's a wonderful cleansing breath, releasing any of that leftover remaining tension from the day. We're doing that with the breath. Let's do 3 more cleansing breaths. Breathing in, feeling the breath coming down, widening through the ribs. And as you exhale, feel your body release. And one more breath like that. Nice. At the end of this exhalation, continue to focus on your breath, but we'll let the breath flow a little bit more naturally, but you can continue to help maintain a slower, steadier rhythm with your mindful, conscious breaths. And we'll start with a rock of the head from side to side. You can inhale one direction, exhale the other. Keep your head nice and heavy on the floor, helping to relax your neck a bit more. And relax any tension in the jaw. Release your jaw. And come back to center. Centering your head. Beginning to slowly bring your arms up. You can reach up towards the ceiling. And with your inhale, stretch over your head. With your exhale, slowly release your arms. Continue to flow here with your breath. Following it on the way up and down. And we can do a bit of movement, a little stretch to the wrists as we do this. So this time as you inhale and lift your arms, let's keep the fingers pointing down. And as you exhale and bring your arms down and then point your fingers more up. Do that a few more times. You can also start to stretch out through your fingers, especially as you exhale and release. Just pull out through your fingertips and thumbs a little bit more. And exhaling to release. This time, set your arms right down at your sides. Pull your feet in a little bit closer towards your hips. Plant your feet down, press down into the ground, and allow your hips to lift slightly off the floor. As you exhale, slowly roll back down. We'll continue this dynamic bridge pose for the next 3 or 4 breaths. Coming up on the inhale and down on the exhale. Keeping your head centered. Rolling through your spine, feeling each part of your back come up and then down through each part of your spine. And let's do this for one more breath. At the end of this exhalation, release. Let your back settle into the floor. Maybe it's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable here. We'll do a bit of rocking side to side with the legs. So you can have your feet at least hip distance apart, if not a little bit wider. You can reach your arms out to the sides and begin to rock your legs from side to side. Keep both shoulders down. You can also turn your head in the opposite direction to your legs. And you can also begin to flow with your breath as you inhale back to center. Exhale, lowering to one side. Continue that for a few more breaths. And keep your eyes softly closed. It helps to keep your focus, your gaze inward, so you can follow your breath and notice how your body feels. Okay, we'll slowly, after this last one, we'll come back to center. Again, feeling through the low back, the hips. We're going to slowly bring one knee in towards the chest and then bring the other knee as well in towards the chest. And again, little rock from side to side. And from that rocking, you can also start to circle the legs. Opposite direction. So they're both moving together in the same direction, both legs. And now we're going to switch so that the legs are going to move in opposite directions. So start with your knees together, and then as you circle wide and then apart, circle back. Continue this for a few more breaths. We'll go in the opposite direction. Good. And then we'll come back to center. We're just going to keep the right knee in towards the chest this time and extend the left leg out. And as you extend your left leg out, straightening it along your mat, pull out slightly with your heel. Point your toes up. Feel that this left leg is activated, it's stretching as you gently pull this right knee in. Circle your ankle on the right side. And then circle in the opposite direction. And then flex your foot, point your toes up towards the ceiling, and then extend out through your toes. On the right side, good. We'll do that one more time, each direction. And then we're going to release. We're going to bend the left knee again. We're going to release the right leg. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. Extend out, stretch out through the right leg. Keep the center of the heel in contact with your mat, toes pointing out. Let's slowly begin to circle the left ankle. And opposite direction. And then we'll flex the foot a few times. You can pull the toes in and then extend the toes out. Good. And then we're going to slowly release that leg. Bend both knees again for a moment. And one more stretch of the arms, this time reaching the arms straight up. Bring your hands together, reach over your head. Hold that pose for a few breaths. And then we're going to release. We're going to release and come over onto the right side. And we're going to pause there for a few breaths. We're going to do just a little bit more of a shoulder opener here. So if you'd like to make yourself more comfortable, you can take a pillow or a block or whatever you've got underneath your head. We're going to have the fingers or the hands directly in front of the chest, palms together. Okay, if it's uncomfortable, you can, for your hips, you can also support, put up support between your knees. And let's lift this top arm up and bring it over and come back. So we're going to do that movement with the breath a few times. Breathing in and coming up and over. Breathing out and releasing. See how that feels for your chest and shoulder. As you open your head, can come up and look towards that arm. So you're rolling over onto your upper back a little bit. And we'll do that again. Okay, this time when the hands meet together, we're gonna lift the arm, that same arm, the top arm, up over the head and over out to the other side and roll it back. It's kind of like we're circling the arm like it's the hand of a clock. So we're going up towards 12 and down towards 6 and back again. Let's go in the opposite direction. Keep breathing here. Good. This time releasing, pausing here. Let's grab hold of the top wrist. So my bottom hand is gripping the top wrist. I'm just going to gently pull out a little bit. And then releasing, reaching that same arm, the top arm back to see if you can hold onto your foot or ankle. Bring your foot and ankle behind you, your knee in line with your hip. If this is difficult, you can use a belt around your foot. And pull back gently with your leg. You're pulling back with your knee, pushing your hand pushing your foot into your hand. And pausing here. And when you're ready, slowly releasing that leg, bringing the arms back together. A few breaths in and out of your back. So you're just feeling your breath more in the back of your body. Expand on the inhale and release on the exhale. Good. This time as you inhale, prepare to come over to the other side. So we're going to roll right over onto the left side. So I'm not facing the wall. So I'm still facing you guys. I'm going to flip over and find a comfortable spot here on your side. Bring your hands together and begin to reach that top arm up and over. And as you exhale, slowly come back. You can decide how far you come over to the other side. Make sure it feels okay for your shoulder as you open there. And move with your breath. Inhale to open, exhale to release. And this time as you inhale, let's reach that arm up over the head, circle it out to the side, slowly come back. And do that a few more times in that direction. Inhaling as you come up and over. Exhaling as you release back. We'll go in the opposite direction a few times. Inhale this time downward. And exhale as you come up and back. Good. Meeting the hands together again. Pausing here, we're going to now take the bottom hand, grip the top wrist, gently pull forward or outwards. And as you release your arm, let it flow back towards your hip. And reaching back towards, we'll bring the foot behind the hip. Try to not lift the knee too much. Keep it in line with your hip. And just feel that nice stretch through the front of your thigh. It's really good to open up the front of your hip, the front of your knee. As you start to push back a little bit with your foot, you'll start to stretch a little bit more, also in your shoulder. We'll hold here for 2 more breaths. At the end of your exhalation, release and bring your legs back together. Pausing here for a moment. We're not rushing. We're helping our rhythm to slow down just the way it's meant to do. In the evening, right before bed, we're meant to slow down. Take time to relax and enjoy. So we are going to use our hands to come up out of this position, and we'll just transition right over onto the elbows. And either you can slide your arms out a little bit more or slide your knees back so that you're more in a position that we're going to come into the puppy pose. So if you want to slowly bring your head down, head will rest between your elbows or upper arms, and just gently pull your hips back. And pause here for a few breaths. And on your next breath in, head comes forward. This time, head comes all the way forward to drop down onto your thighs. Pull out through your arms so that you're in a comfortable place, a gentle back bend. Reaching up slightly with your chin, pressing down slightly with your arms. And on your next exhale, slide those hands underneath your shoulders, bring your head down. And on your next inhale, we're going to gently lift. Try to engage all the muscles along the center of your body, right down to the pelvis. And lift from there. Exhale, come down. And inhale, come back up. I'm just doing a very gentle cobra. And this time, exhale, come down. Hands slide down a little bit more, pressing into them, pressing the hands down into your mat, slowly lifting off your belly. So you lift off your belly, bring yourself more into table position and arch your spine. Lift your belly, drop your head. As you inhale, slowly look forward. We'll do cat-cow a few more times. Inhale to look forward. Exhale in, chin in towards your belly. Two more breaths here. Slow it down. Pause. You can pause at the end of your exhalation. Pausing slightly at the top of your inhalation. And from here, we'll start to, from the cat pose, we'll start to slide back with the hips towards the feet. You can widen your knees, come all the way down. Now, if this isn't comfortable to rest your head, you can always put some support underneath your head here. And just pausing for a few breaths, feeling that expansion through your back on the inhale and the release on the exhale. Feel your breath expand right through your whole back.
And on your next breath in, come up again. Come up onto your hands and your knees. Rock your hips a few times from side to side. As you pull your hips to one side, turn your head to the other side. And then we're going to do it the other way, where same movement with the hips. You're going to pull your hips to one side, but you're actually going to look to that side. And you can look over your shoulder there. Come back to center. Turn your hips the other way and look that way. And do that 2 more times, one time each side. And come back to center. In the next pose, we'll do the thread the needle position. So we're going to bring the left arm out to the side. We're going to slide that arm underneath our body towards the right, palm facing up, until you can come down, resting on that shoulder on the side of your head. Pausing here in this twist. And do different things with that other arm. You can reach out if that feels good. Come up onto your fingertips. Or you can even try releasing that arm, bring it all the way back to your lower back. And we'll bring that right hand down, push back up. Come back into table and reach your right arm out to the side. We're going to slide it through all the way over to the left side as far as you can go until you can come down and rest here. Again, decide if you want to do something different with your other arm. Reach out. You can also bring your hand back. Or you might want to just support yourself in this posture and press into the left hand, just the left hand into the mat. And on your next breath in, slowly rise back up. Come back to center. All right, we are going to do just a few things. I think we'll come up. Yeah, we're just going to come into a seated position. So if you want to sit back for a moment, or sit on your bum for a moment, you can add a prop here. You can sit on a cushion or a block, whatever you got here. And once you get yourself comfortable, try to sit up nice and tall. Okay, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Take a moment to be here. Your feet can be farther away from your body, can be closer towards you. Pausing to hold this position, to feel the legs, the hips. Continue to be more lengthened upright. And we're going to keep that length as we slowly come over into a slight forward bend here. Pausing here. On days that maybe you're a little bit more tired, maybe you've got a bit of a headache, this is excellent to support the head and helpful to alleviate some symptoms of headache or even migraine, to help prevent migraines. And this really relaxes the head, the neck in these postures. And then we'll begin to release. And we'll come up, sitting up tall. We're gonna stretch out through the left leg and we're gonna lift the right knee up. You can decide where you want to put that foot. If you want it further down or closer in, just being able to plant your right foot down and sit up nice and tall. I'm using my hands around my right leg here and pulling back with the elbows slightly to help lift up through the upper body. We're going to do a twist. We're going to reach with the right arm first up towards the ceiling. Maybe even before we do our twist, we'll do a little bit of a side bend. Come over to the left with that right arm. Opening here. And on your next breath in, come back to center. And as you breathe out, we're going to turn to look to the right. We're going to bring that hand behind you. Hold on to the right knee here with the left hand. Pausing and holding this twist. And stay here for a few more breaths. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you could try bringing your arm on the outside of your knee here. And then slowly releasing from your twist. We're going to release the arm, come back, centering, straightening out through your right leg. Okay, and then we're going to bend the left knee, bring it in, plant it down, root down through your foot, root down through your other foot, your heel, and root down through your hips, your sit bones. Use your hands around your knee, the front of your knee, to pull your elbows back. And this time we are going to lift with the left arm. And on your next breath out, reach over to the right side. Come into a side bend. Okay. Lengthening out here, come back to center. Exhale, we're going to twist to the other side. So bring your hand behind you. Right hand to the left knee. Twisting right from the middle of your torso. Feel that wringing out action. And just like you would take a washcloth to wring out whatever was in that cloth, that's what we're doing for our back and our spine, is just wringing out any excess tension, any stress. And when you're ready on your next exhale, come back to center, realign your body. Reach both legs out for a moment. We're going to bend both knees and bring the feet to the floor. You can widen your feet a little bit if you need to. Lift up through the arms, reach up. And on the exhale, reach over, holding onto your toes, your feet. And just let your head come down. You can widen your knees as much as you'd like. Reach with your hands, reach with your fingers. Breathe through the back. And we're going to slowly rise up. Bring your hands together, clasping them. I'm going to push out this time and lift up and release. Good. Bring your bottom right down to your mat again. This time, make sure to have your belt close by. maybe your blanket if you're getting cool. And we're going to come back down onto the mat. Lower back, mid back, upper back, head sinks down. Feel your body release here. Okay, we're going to grab our belt, starting with the right knee in towards the chest. Let's start on the right side here. Just giving a nice big squeeze in, hoping to loosen up those hips again. And then we'll take the belt, wrap it around the foot, the bottom of the foot, just underneath the toes there. Lift your leg up, go, ooh, what is my leg like today? How are the back muscles of my leg doing? Are they really tight as I stretch up? I'm gonna go alternate back and forth a few times, bending and straightening the leg. Inhale, bend your knee, exhale, straighten. And then pushing your heel right up to the ceiling. We're going to hold that position for a few breaths. And feel the back of the leg. You could just find the right amount of tension here. It's tension in a good way, just the right amount of effort to stretch. Okay. And as you breathe, especially lengthening out through the exhalation, you might find your body starting to release wherever you feel this the most. And we're going to take both ends of the belt in the right hand. You can press into the front of your thigh for a moment. I'll change the feeling of this position a little bit. And then with both ends of the belt in your right hand, we're going to open that leg out to the side, stretch out to the foot and heel. It's not about dropping that leg down to the floor. We want to stay centered through our lower back, sacral area, rooted down. You can let your other leg drop out to the side a bit and just push out, creating space here, right from the hip. Pausing here, feeling the breath flow through. We'll do this for 2 more breaths. On your next inhalation, slowly come back to center. We are going to switch, not legs, but we're going to position, we're going to bring both ends of the belt in the left hand and start to position your right leg over to the left. You can straighten out through your left leg. Feel this position. You can stretch out through your right arm. Usually pretty tight here. Give your body some time to release in this pose before you go deeper. Good. And then we will come back to center. We will bend that other knee again, left foot on the floor. Let's bring that ankle over, the right ankle to the front of your left thigh. Press out with your right knee. We're going to wrap our hands, if we can, behind the left knee. So right arm in between your legs, gripping onto your left hand behind your knee. And hold this pose for a few breaths. If your elbow is right up against the inner part of your thigh here, you can gently press on your leg with your elbow. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths. And then at the end of your exhalation, release. Slowly bring your foot down, lift your right leg up again. And we're going to slowly take that right leg all the way down. Just shake out to that leg, fully release it, fully relax both legs, and see if you can tell the difference from side to side. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So if you want to bring your left knee in towards your chest for a moment, you can, for now, you decide if you want to keep your right knee bent or straighten out. We're going to put the belt around the left foot, and you're going to stretch it up, stretch up through the leg, and then invite a little movement back and forth, helping to loosen up perhaps these tight muscles to the hamstrings, the back of the knee, the calf. And then just bending a slight bit with the knee, straightening up with your leg here, holding this pose for a few breaths. Get just to the right, that edge of just enough sensation here, just enough stretch for your leg. Even just a tiny little subtle shift can make a huge difference. You can hold both ends of the belt in the left hand this time and just press gently into that thigh. Starting to open up that leg out to the left side. And you can anchor yourself, centering your body so you don't tip over to the left. Just let that right knee come out too. If that's comfortable, stay centered through your lower back. And pull out, push out through the heel. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. The next time that you inhale, slowly come back to center with that leg. Switch hands on the belt. Stretch out, straighten out to the right leg. Bring that leg over to the right and reach out to your arm on the left side there. Move in stages, so you don't have to go too far usually to feel this. We're really getting to know what's going on in the legs, in the hips. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. And start to come back to center, bending that knee in towards your chest, and you can just take the belt off for a moment, pull that knee in and bend your right knee, press down through the right foot, bring your left knee out to the side, ankle to the thigh. Pushing into the left leg a little bit with your hand, creating a bit more space in your hip joint. And if you'd like to go deeper, you can also slide your hands behind your right knee, come in with those legs towards your chest. Pausing here. And we'll stay here for one more breath. Releasing slowly through the right foot, lifting the left leg up in the air and bring it down. And once your leg is on the floor, release the other leg for a moment. Just shake out through both feet. Really relax through both legs. Just take a moment to feel that. Release. You're centering yourself on your lower back. And we're moving into Shavasana next. So if you would like to place something underneath your knees for support, feel free. It is a little cool here tonight, so I'm going to cover up. You're welcome to do the same. You're also welcome, if you're doing this right before bed, to get up right on in to your cozy warm bed. And if you want to even just switch off for now, you decide if this is the way you want to go to sleep, then hopefully in your bed, then you can tune off whenever you're ready. So also it's nice, I don't have my eye pillow close to me, but it's also nice to cover the eyes. I enjoy doing this in bed. I have an eye cover, eye mask with a strap on the back, and I find it very soothing. Another thing you can do for the eyes is you can just take your hands and place your palms over top of your eyes. Take a few breaths here. Maybe there's some warmth radiating from your palms, and that warmth is helping to soothe your eyes. Softening all the muscles of your face. You can just like an energy wash, take your hands down your face, and as you do, just soften right through your jaw. It can often be very tense. Make sure that you're taking time to release your jaw. If you tend to tense there, if you tend to clench your teeth, for a few moments, just open your jaw nice and wide and release. Centering your head. Feel the back of your head settle deeper. Allow the weight of your head to just sink down. And that'll help release your neck. And from your neck, flowing down to your shoulders, backs of the shoulders first. Let's allow the backs of the shoulders to sink a bit more, to settle here. Downward, softening the front of your chest. Let the bones of your arms be comfortably heavy, sinking through the right arm and the left arm. Come back to your shoulders, chest. Come back to your breath. Softening through your body like a wave rolling in and out. Allowing your breath to breathe you now. Just really let it be. And just feeling right down through your belly, your lower back, your hips. Let the bones of both legs sink heavy, releasing down into the floor. On the right side, the right leg. And then the left side, the left leg and foot. Feel your whole body relax here. With nothing else to do. We're going to stay here for a few more moments, allowing your body a chance to really relax. So sometimes even when we get into bed at first, there's still perhaps a lot of tension in the mind and the body. So we're just seeing if we're in a place now where we can just really let go, really surrender. And when you're ready, starting to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Slowly and gently moving your arms. Maybe moving them up over your head and then back down again. Doing any last movement or stretch. If you're still hanging in there and you're coming out of Shavasana, take your time, do what you need to do. If you're ready for bed, I hope you have a good night. For the rest that are still transitioning, not quite ready, I'm going to slowly bring you up. And make sure you come up very slowly and gently. So you don't want to rush. We've really experienced a reset. So a reset to your pace. So it's good to continue. Just being mindful, moving slowly, breathing deeply, knowing that if you're very close to bedtime, yeah, there's no need, hopefully, or I shouldn't say this, but who knows what's going on your end, but hopefully you don't need to do too much more for you can just go right to bed. I'm trying not to be overwhelmed too much with any stimulus, any light from any sharp lights, bright lights, or any light from devices or TV even can disrupt the rhythm. And taking some time to bring hands to the heart, smiling, and being grateful for this day and everything and everyone in it. And thank you so much. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful sleep tonight, and we will see you again soon.